Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Benimaru, uh, Shigaraki, and Dabi. And even Jogo, no, I'm just kidding. But I was thinking of really changing Shigaraki to Jogo because, well, if you don't know who Jogo is, it's from what's it called, Jujutsu Kaisen, and he's a fire user. I was thinking of just changing to fire users, but no, never mind. Either changing it or adding Jogo because Jogo's another villain. But nah, I'm not gonna start adding kind of like curse energy or whatever. But yeah. And yeah. Besides, I might do what if Naruto was like all of anime was fire users, the different fire users. But nah. I'll probably give that to Anime Sensei maybe as an idea, but I don't know. Also, check out Anime Sensei or Iconic with us. But yeah, go subscribe to them. Other than that, I'm not gonna do a recap. Too lazy, and it takes way too much of my time. Even though I talk too damn much, and I should shut the fuck up and do the damn what if. But other than that, let me go on to where I last left that off. So after Naruto getting back home and going to sleep, he wakes up the next day and, well, he goes to Hiruzen's Sarutobi's, like what's it called, office. This is where Hiruzen says, "So, Naruto, are you wanting to stay in the academy?" Naruto says, "No. Like I said, my options will not still change." Well, not options, opinions. Opinion. This is why, well, Hiruzen says, "Fine. I will put you in the academy when you're 12 years old, okay? But for now, you can do whatever. Train, eat, whatever. But I'm hoping you stay in the academy when you're 12 years old, okay, Naruto? Promise me that." Naruto says, "Fine, I will." So Naruto does not go to the academy, even though that one day he only went there. Now, of course, we go into Naruto when he is 12 years old. So we did a 3-year time skip. Now, of course, Naruto has heard of the Uchiha Massacre, but he doesn't really give two fucks because it's not him. So, yeah. Now, Naruto, he has grown. He is not what's called just 4'9" like in original canon. He's taller than that. He is the height of, well, 5'5". Actually, should I? Nah, he's not 5'5". He is 5'2". No, not 5'2", 5'3". He's pretty tall. Now, of course, Naruto's hair has become much longer, but more spikier mostly. And of course, what it kind of looks like it's spiky from the top, like Dabi's, but kind of lower down, it's kind of like, it goes down like, what's it called, Benimaru. And it's kind of similar to Shigaraki when it is kind of what's it called. Yeah. Now, of course, that's how the hairstyle might look like. Or, you want to square, it's just going to look like Dabi's, okay? But, of course, this is where his hair is still black. But he found out something. When he was training, he can actually, well, turn his hair white. From black to white. The reason why? It's because of a form. A form from Shigaraki. When he gets angry enough, he actually found out the K. And he did get the memories from, well, Kurama when he was 12 years old about what he did. Of course, at that time, he didn't really care and said, fuck it, don't really care. Now, of course, his form can actually change his hair to white. And, of course, it will become similar to, like, what's it called, Shigaraki's. But, yeah. And his eyes will still turn red like Shigaraki's, but, yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto's that tall, he's that, and also his clothing kind of changed. Well, not really changed. He will still have a black leather jacket, his black pants, and a white t-shirt and all. But his style of clothing sometimes, well, it also did change to kind of have him in a suit, like Shigaraki's, but yeah. Or kind of also, in some occasions, he does kind of wear the kimono, like what they call, Benimaru, or not kimono. What do you call? Oh, whatever, Benimaru wears, but yeah. But other than that, he looks like that. Now, of course, his eyes are still turquoise and all that. And of course, well, he doesn't have much burn marks. Because, yeah, he's trying to hide burn marks. So he has kind of patches of burn marks, but not much. Because he did kind of train and kind of increasing his blue flames to the maximum. So of course, making both blue and kind of reddish flames together will make purple, right? He kind of managed to increase his blue flames with chakra to purple, but into a darkish kind of purplish color. Of course, adding more chakra will increase his, purple flames into a reddish, well, not even reddish, a kind of like lighter type of blue color. With his orange flames, if he adds so much chakra, he can add into making crimson red flames. Of course, this is where, next flames from those two, if he adds so much chakra, like the 9 source chakra together, he can actually increase his blue flames into black flames and his orange red flames into white flames. So yeah. Of course, if he adds decay into both of the flames, they will become decation flames, which those allows any person or anything touches those flames would decay and immediately. Of course, like a virus. Yeah. Of course, if he does kind of just use decay and add chakra to his hands, he can decay about how should I say? I don't really know much numbers. I'm gonna say 1 mile. He can decay that much if he has enough chakra, like the 9 source chakra. Of course, he has now mastered 4 tails of the 9 tails. So yeah. And of course, not 4 tails. I'm gonna say 5 tails. So yeah, he had enough time to train. So yeah. And instead of me saying he's 5'3", I'm gonna say he's 5'4". 5'4.5". Yeah. So he's a little bit taller than himself and original canon. So yeah. Of course, we go into, him going to the academy. Now, of course, Hiruzen does see the growth amount of how much, Naruto grow from he was like 9 years old to now how tall he is, how stronger he is, and how much power he has. So yeah. That's where Hiruzen did kind of decide to take a sparring test with Naruto. And Naruto kind of showed some of his techniques, not all of them. He showed how to use flame manipulation without even using any hand signs, which kind of stunted the hell out of Hiruzen with that. And he even asked Naruto how long he learned about this. He said that he known about this when he was 8 years old, which shocked Hiruzen, and he was guessing that Naruto didn't want to go to the academy because he didn't want to hurt people. Now, of course, Naruto never actually showed him decay or his blue flames. But what he did show him was something that scared the shit out of Hiruzen. And yeah. The thing that Naruto showed was he can go into the 9 tails cloak without going berserk. He only went into the 1 tails cloak because he wasn't showing off his 5-tail cloak. So yeah. Of course, that's what scared the shit out of Hiruzen, because Naruto already knows about the 9 tails and he actually already mastered the 1-tail cloak. So of course, this is where Hiruzen is shocked and just amazed. And of course, the Yambas are amazed with the fact that Naruto's, he's in the 9-tail cloak when he's fighting against Hiruzen. Of course, Naruto's speed did kind of boost up. And of course, even though Naruto's speed, his original speed was already incredibly fast. But now with the 9-tail cloak, only the 1 tails, I should mention, he's already increased it to the speed at least to, Shinsui's speed. But even higher than that. Close to even being the flying Raijin. But yeah, of course, Naruto's speed, he's just blitzing Hiruzen so easily. Hiruzen had to use clones to try to stop Naruto. But after he used his clones, Naruto uses flame arrows because he created fire out of nowhere. He basically ignites fire out of nowhere and then makes, arrows and shoots him at Hiruzen's clones. Now, what the arrows look like, think of it from where Sukuna, how should I say? Sukuna, spoilers alert, if you haven't read the manga, then I'm too fucking bad because I don't care. But yeah, Sukuna has like created like fire because he able to like use that cube or whatever, blah blah, blah his like body or whatever. He activates something to kind of bring out like fire or like copy, or I think it wasn't even copy. I think it was just able to bring out a technique that was closer to Jogo's fire. Of course, he like kind of like put in his hands, kind of like smooshing up and all that, creating a fire arrow and shoots it at Jogo in high speeds. So yeah. But of course, with that happening, Naruto shoots about 12 fire arrows at Hiruzen's clones, poofing almost all of them, which was called Hiruzen was shocked. Because Naruto's fire element seems to be incredibly, and I mean incredibly good. Better than any person, any fire element in right now in the fire, in the Leaf Village. Probably even better than the Uchihas, he's thinking right now. He's probably just thinking that, Naruto's fire, fire uses are pretty good for a standard ninja in the Leaf Village. That's what he thinks. But with Naruto being able to manipulate fire, it doesn't count him as a standard ninja. It counts him as at least a higher ranking ninja in the fire uses. Now, of course, this is where Naruto kind of uses more of his flames to kind of, create two fire swords and start slashing at Hiruzen. Now, Hiruzen had to dodge, but also use Enma to kind of block half the attacks from Naruto. Mostly his two fire swords. Because Naruto, with him using his fire swords, he's incredibly fast, but also incredibly strong. So, even though Naruto, he decides to try to slash at Hiruzen with one sword, and if Hiruzen blocks it, behind Hiruzen, the ground cracks. Yeah, Naruto's strength and not just his body and speed is strong, his own strength is incredible. So yeah. Of course, this is without the Nine-Tail Cloak, but with the Nine-Tail Cloak, he's pretty much unbeatable right now. Well, not unbeatable. He can be beat, but in strategy, Naruto's pretty good in strategy. He's also very good in that. Because, if I can remember right, I think Benimaru was also incredibly smart. I know Dabi is pretty good in strategy. Shigaraki, I mean, he wasn't that good, but he did learn from All For One that strategy is necessary. So, I mean, yeah. But, of course, with that happening, Naruto, he didn't show off his blue flames or his dedication, so yeah. But of course, after Hiruzen saying pause, stop Naruto. Naruto was about to just like cut Hiruzen, but of course he stopped. This is what Hiruzen says. I can see that your speed incredible and everything else is good. Even your strategy and other things is very good. So, the class I'm going to put you is still, the classroom called 1K, but it's now an actual higher version. It's called 4K. No, that's not something I want. 4K, no. But whatever, it's called K4, whatever. And of course, this is where Naruto nodded. Now, of course, this is where, Hiruzen says, that will be, the classroom you will be in. And of course, Naruto nodded. This is where Hiruzen says, now, Naruto. Naruto nods. This is where Hiruzen says, do not show any of your abilities, not even the Nine-Tail Cloak, to your classmates, okay, Naruto? This is where, Naruto nods, and of course, Hiruzen smiles and says, okay, then good luck, my boy. Since tomorrow's the academy starting, okay? Naruto nods, and yeah. Naruto leaves and goes to his house. So, of course, this is where, Naruto, he just, gets ready, he goes to sleep, and wakes up the next day. So, of course, he still wears black boots, so yeah. Or, black boots instead of, sandals. But, yeah. Of course, Naruto's going to the academy. Now, of course, as well, I should mention one thing. His black leather jacket, he actually managed to get it, fireproof. Since he doesn't want to keep burning his jacket, so, yeah. Of course, his pants are also, fireproof, and even his boots. So, yeah. Even, well, his shirt is somewhat fireproof. It's not much, but yeah. So, of course, Naruto gets to the, what's it called, academy. And, of course, this is where he shows up to, well, K4. Now, he's a little late to K4, but, yeah, he doesn't really care. He kind of went to go get Dango first, then come back. He also did meet, what's it called, someone that he met before when he was buying Dango. So, let me do a flashback. So, since when Naruto was 11 years old, he kind of met some crazy purple-haired lady eating Dango. Of course, Naruto, he kind of sat next to her because there was no other seat. So, of course, it was kind of like sprinkling water. Well, I mean, it was kind of raining a little bit, but not much. Naruto was just eating. And, of course, this is where Naruto ignored Anko for, like, the whole time while eating. Anko was shocked to even see Naruto, well, eating peacefully and quietly. Like, Naruto didn't even say anything. Now, of course, this is where Anko says, you gonna talk, kid, or are you just gonna be eating there? Naruto says, pretty much just eating. This is where, well, Anko says, so, you don't want to talk to the sexy Midarashi Anko? This is where Naruto says, no, not really. This is where Anko is just like, she just looks at what's called Naruto, and Naruto just seems like he doesn't really care. Of course, this is where she says, so, you don't really want to care. How old are you anyway, kid? This is where Naruto says, 11. This is where Anko says, shouldn't you be in the academy? Naruto says, no, not really. I'll start the academy when I'm 12. This is where she says, oh, is it because some special clan you're from? Naruto says, no, it's just some special promise I decided to ask Hiruzen if I can start the academy when I'm, well, 12. This is where she says, huh, so you asked the Hokage instead of your parents. Naruto says, no, I don't really have parents, if that's what you're wondering. Anko is shocked to even hear this kid be so relaxed and not even care about having parents. This is where she says, so you're someone else that doesn't have parents. So, kid, why are you just here eating and not just at home kind of crying because not having parents? Naruto says, it's a waste of time. This is where Anko says, you're such a difference. Well, you are different from just being a kid, aren't you? Naruto says, This is where Naruto finished eating his last, well, bit of dango. And this is where Naruto says, well, I'm done. This is where Naruto, he just leaves and all that. This is where Naruto decides to go into, well, a forest that, well, it's considered to be Uncle's territory. Naruto only went to this forest because he has heard that it might improve his, what's it called, agility, stamina, and other things from crazy monsters. But yeah, of course, this is where Naruto starts kind of training it. And Uncle, when she's finished eating and she was kind of weirded out with Naruto, she goes to her forest and all she hears, boom, burning through what's it called, flesh. She gets to the site and all she sees is a massacre of, well, animals, well, mostly what they call snakes, spiders, like giant spiders and all that. And I fucking hate spiders. It's my prefer what's it called, well, phobia and all that. I fucking hate spiders. Snakes, I might be tolerant, but spiders, ugh. But other than that, let me go back into what if. Of course, Naruto is burning through spiders, snakes, even a giant scorpion that tried to hit him, but of course he managed to rip the tail off and decay it. But yeah. Of course, she just sees Naruto just sitting there on top of the scorpion, looking around. So, of course, this is where, well, Naruto is kind of just sitting there. Of course, Uncle is about to jump down until she hears kind of a giant, what's it called, just something running towards Naruto. It was a giant spider, bigger than the spiders that Naruto was fighting a while ago. Of course, the spider got angry and roared at Naruto. Naruto says, interesting. This is where Naruto gets up and gets ready to fight this, well, giant spider. This is where Uncle was about to do something until, well, Naruto appears right in front of the spider. This is where Naruto says, light hand sword technique, first form, fire moon. He attacks the what's called giant spider with a fire moon. which he just uses his hand to ignite like a stream of fire, and of course hitting the giant spider. The giant spider is kind of burning, but not burning fast enough. Naruto manages to dodge, grab the spider from the head, and says, "Decay." Decays it in extreme just speed. So yeah, he managed to just decay the hell out of it. Naruto says, "At least that will help me in speed, right?" This is where Anko jumps down and says, "Hey kid, what the hell was that with?" This is where Naruto says, "Huh? Oh, wait, you're that purple hair girl. What was your name?" This is where Anko says, Anko kid, how do you forget it?" Naruto says, "Yeah, Anko, Midarashi, I think so." She says, "How the fuck do you remember my fucking last name but not my first name?" Naruto says, "I don't know." But of course, this is where, well, Anko just getting annoyed and says, "Whatever. What the hell did he even do?" Naruto says, "Control flames." This is where she says, "Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting." This is where, well, Naruto says, "Yeah, I can control flames." And this is where she says, "Then why the hell are you here?" Naruto says, "Training." She says, "Well, I didn't see that one coming." This is where, well, she says, "Fine, whatever. Just don't get hurt in this goddamn forest because I am probably responsible to kind of stop you if you get hurt." Naruto says, "I won't be getting hurt anytime soon." Of course, this is where Naruto, he kind of starts training more in the forest when he's 11 years old, burning through, decaying, and destroying things. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto, he keeps doing that, and of course, this is where Anko and Naruto has become more friendlier to each other. Of course, Anko kind of likes the kid because the kid is actually insane half the time. Because, yeah. But yeah. No, Naruto and Anko are not going to be the ship. No, it's mostly like a big sis type. So, of course, Naruto and Anko are kind of like siblings somewhat. Anko sees Naruto as a younger little brother because he's also insane to do other stupid things like Anko would. So, I mean, yeah. So, this is where Naruto, he gets to what's called the academy, and he says, "This is such a drag." Now, of course, Naruto also did meet someone who always kind of says this is such a drag. When he was 11, of course, even though he was hanging out with Anko in the forest, kind of training with her and all that, he also has met what's it called, well, Shino Abarami one time when he was kind of going towards the call, well, get more food or more groceries. Of course, he met Shino Abarami, who was kind of just look down upon some people and all that, saying that this kid is supposed to be from the Abarami clan and all that, but he's scary and all that, and blah blah blah. Of course, is where, well, one dude stand in front of him and says, "You must be that Bug clan, Bug boy." This is where Naruto appears and says, "Shut up, you fucking loser." This is where Naruto kicks the person into a wall. This is where the person's knocked out. This is where, well, the others who were dared to try to bully Shino would try. Because Shino's kind of stoic as fuck. Try to do that. Naruto pretty much just knocked the leader, and of course the others just ran away. They said, "Fuck that." This is where Naruto says, "Yo, you know you should stand up for yourself and not, well, let those dumbasses try to pick on you, right?" This is where Shino says, "Well, are you not scared of my clan or anything?" This is where Naruto says, "Scared? Are you serious? A bug? You really think I'm scared of a bug?" "No, I'm not scared of a bug. They pretty don't much care that much. But yeah." Still freaking scared of a bug? Are you serious? I'm not scared. I know what type of bugs, well, lives in Konoha. Not many bugs are poisonous or anything. Some of them are very helpful to my plant of gardening. Because yes, Naruto actually gardens. Because, well, Naruto, he needs to keep a kind of vegetable supply. Because, well, he isn't going to go to the store multiple times to buy vegetables. So, yeah. So, of course, Naruto knows about bugs and how they're very helpful for him to garden. So, of course, Naruto just talks about how many bugs. And, of course, Shino actually is very happy to meet someone like Naruto who's actually interested in bugs. But, yeah, and how they're very helpful to him. And, yeah. Of course, with that happening, Naruto met him as a friend. But he also met what's it called, someone who's lazy as fuck, who's kinda just the OG out here. It's the one. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you were thinking Sasuke Uchiha, nah. I'm talking about Shikamaru. Which I gave so many hints, but I feel like people are retarded. But yeah, yes, Shikamaru. So Naruto met Shikamaru when he was kind of going to the store to kind of look around because he might need something. Of course, he just sees this one kid and this other kid being, well, kind of together. Of course, one of them is kind of eating a lot of chips, while the other one, it is, well, Shikamaru with pineapple hairstyle. Of course, where, well, Shikamaru says, yo, Choji, wanna play some shogi? This is where, well, Choji says, you realize I'm not that good at the game. This is where Naruto says, yo, I'll kind of play in the game. Shikamaru looks up and sees, well, Naruto. This is where Shikamaru says, okay. This is where, well, Shikamaru puts down the shogi and says, let's see if you're better, if you are able to beat me. This is where Naruto says, bet. This is where, well, Choji says, huh. This is where he says, num num num. Do you think you'll be able to beat him, Shikamaru? Shikamaru says, of course. Besides, you know what clan I'm from, right? Yeah, I'm too lazy to do this anyway. Besides, I'm kind of bored, but I'm not that bored. And I might just want to play shogi, okay? As it were, well, Shikamaru goes against Naruto in playing shogi. And of course, as where, well, Naruto, he kind of defeats Shikamaru in 2 rounds. And, well, not 2 rounds, like in 2 different games. And of course, Shikamaru cannot figure out how Naruto is able to do it. But Naruto is an extremely genius player. Now, of course, he isn't smart like a Naruto, but he's actually pretty smart in strategies. Now, of course, when it was the 3rd round, Shikamaru had to try more in his intelligence to try to fight against Naruto in this game. Now, of course, Naruto realized that, well, this Naruto was pretty smart. And of course, where Naruto sees that there was no other option but to give up. So, Naruto says, I will get... This is where Shikamaru says, give up. Wait, are you... Naruto says, give up. Because there's no way for me to defeat you. Pretty impressive for a Naruto. Then again, you Narutos are pretty smart. So, of course, Naruto is pretty much of a genius, like what's it called? Well, yeah, he's pretty much a genius, like someone Shigaraki. A little bit, because Shigaraki had to probably learn from All For One and how to strategize. And Benimaru is also a genius, but not that much of a genius like a Naruto. So, of course, well, Shikamaru says, he basically gave me a run for my money in the first 2 rounds. And this way you just give up. Naruto says, well, yeah, I probably would have figured out how to defeat you, but it would have taken too much of my time. So, of course, it's better to just give up and say maybe next time. Because you might want to change your patterns if you don't actually want to, well, go against the same person when they come back to fight you. As well, Shikamaru says, true. It is true. Because, well, Naruto thinks of like a battling point. Of course, Shikamaru thinks of like a shogi point, but yeah. As well, Shikamaru says, besides, who are you exactly? Naruto says, the name's Naruto Uzumaki. And what's your name? This is where Shikamaru says, Shikamaru Naruto. This is where Choji says, and my name is Choji, forgot about his clan. Choji Akamichi. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto nodded and says, nice to meet you too. This is where, well, Shikamaru says, so, do you go to the academy? Naruto says, no, not exactly. I don't go to the academy until I'm 12 years old. In that point, I will actually go to the academy. Shikamaru says, it's such a drag in the academy. Naruto says, tell me, I've been there only 1 time and then I gave up. This is where Shikamaru says, lucky. I could not give up. I had to be forced to go in. This is where, well, Choji says, I mean, it's okay to be there, but it's not that great. Naruto says, Well, good luck in, well, the academy. I'm going back to training, so yeah, see ya. Naruto disappears and just walks away. Now, of course, we go into Naruto being in the academy. Now, of course, Naruto was about to walk in, and of course, he opens the door, he walks in. The tuning instructor looks at Naruto and says, "Where the fuck have you been?" Naruto says, "I've been only a couple minutes late." "Calm down, teacher." Here's where the teacher says, "Really? Couple minutes late? It's been 10 minutes. Where the hell have you been?" Store. He looks at Naruto, dumbfounded, and just says, "Fine, sit somewhere." Naruto sees, well, a girl that looks familiar. And this is where the girl looks at Naruto and kind of thinks of, where the hell did she seen this boy? Of course, the boy sits next to her and she's confused. Now, of course, this is where Naruto says, "Sup, Sabana?" Sabana says, "Wait, how do you know my name?" This is where Naruto says, "Huh, you really forget about my name." "Well, my name is Dabi Uzumaki." That's where, well, Sabana says, "Dabi Uzumaki. Can't remember you." This is where Naruto says, "The one that was almost about to kick your ass and your friends didn't decide to show up." This is where she thinks about it and say, "Naruto? Wait, why the hell do you keep saying you're Dabi?" "Because I am." This is where she looks at him and says, "You're not, you fuck." This is where Naruto says, "Fine." I really thought I could actually manipulate it into thinking I was Dabi Uzumaki. That's where she says, "Such a drag. Seriously? So you were actually telling the truth that you were actually being in the academy when you're 12 fucking years old?" Naruto nodded. Of course, the tuning instructor says, "Do you want to say something, Naruto?" Naruto says, "Yeah, I'm bored as fuck." Here's where the instructor gets a tick mark and says, "Oh, really? Fine, after this lesson, we're going to actually test everyone in, well, their special abilities and other things. Just a kind of test to see where you guys will be at." This is where some people get excited because they aren't bored of this class, but none of them wanted to be brave enough to even say what they are all feeling, just like Naruto. Sabana is just shocked how Naruto is basically just, well, Naruto is just not giving two fucks about what is happening. So yeah, of course, is where, well, the what's called lesson was over, and of course they go outside. Now, of course, this tuning instructor only, well, is him. There's no other one. There's no other one kind of assisting him or anything like that. But yeah, of course, the tuning instructor says, "Okay, we're kind of start out with kind of just a few basic things: ninja and kunai throwing." This is where everyone kind of goes. Most of the civilians gets 2 out of like 6, like 2 with the well, not 2, 1 kunai in the target, 1 shuriken in the target, and the others kind of miss. This is where, well, the ninja families, some ninja kids that are not in clans, kind of throws their own kunais and they get 3 out of, well, 6. This is where some clan families, like Sabana, and well, her friends, her like 5 other friends, get 5 out of 6, which they kind of say, "Fuck, we still haven't learned how to throw shuriken." Some of them forgot how to throw kunai fast enough, because yeah. This is where, because they're not used to like throwing kind of like these kunai for shuriken, because they usually use their special weapons. This is where Naruto goes up. Naruto, he kind of grabs the kunai for shuriken, and this is where Naruto, he kind of ignites the shuriken and kunai with fire, because, well, the person never said that you couldn't use elements. And this is where Naruto throws them all at the targets, hitting the targets but also igniting them with fire. This is where Naruto says, "I mean, you never said I could not use elements." This is where, well, the instructor says, "Well, I didn't." "Do you think that's a little bit overkill? Kind of hitting them and then burning them?" Naruto says, "This is a ninja world. There's no such thing as overkill." This is where the instructor says, "Whatever." Everyone is shocked to even hear Naruto is basically can kill someone with just burning them alive. So yeah, Sabana just looks at Naruto, kind of wide. Her mouth is kind of open and it's kind of like down, but yeah. Of course, as well, Naruto, he goes to the next with car. Well, trial and all that, or it's just a little test and all. And of course, next is, well, to see your speed. Your speed and your stamina and agility. This is where, well, the instructor says go. Everyone goes, but Naruto's the fastest one. Naruto's speed, agility, and stamina goes on forever. Basically, he does about, well, the instructor kind of gave up and told Naruto to stop. Basically, Naruto did about 69 laps. Nice. But no, I'm just kidding. But, I don't know, I was thinking of like 90 laps. But 69, you know what, I'm stopping at that number. For no reason. Of course, as well, the instructor says, okay, we can see how fast you are and how much stamina you have. Okay, next test. The next test is, well, the, what's it called, sparring exam. As well, Naruto goes out to go fight against someone. Now, of course, the girls and the guys are kind of uneven. The girl match and guy matches. Because the reason is, the guys goes on to, like, fight each other and all that. Like, kinda. There's kind of more, less guys, there's more girls. But yeah. Naruto has to fight against Sabana, Kitsune. Now, of course, well, the guys are kind of, like, saying that, oh, well, Sabana, she's pretty good and she's from a clan. This guy with fire element, she probably won't be able to defeat her. Because, yeah, some girls kind of said it, but some girls are kind of becoming fangirls of Naruto, but yeah. Because Naruto's speed is incredible. And Naruto shows that he's pretty much strong as fuck. Now, of course, the junior instructor is wondering why the hell this kid is even here. Shouldn't he graduate a long time ago? Or graduated a long time ago? But when he looks at the, what's called, any background information on Naruto, the only thing that he finds is a piece of paper that he was in the academy for one day. But when he was like 9 years old. But other than that, everything else is blank. He just joined the academy. And no, he does not have no special clan. Which the tuning instructor is kind of suspicious about Naruto. Wondering, who the hell is this kid exactly? Now, of course, this is where Naruto, he gets ready to fight against Sabana. But yeah, Sabana says, I won't be going down that easily when we first met, Naruto. Naruto says, sure. You can always talk about that. That's where, well, Sabana says, then, let's see who's the best fighter right now. That's where, well, Sabana rushes at Naruto and starts fighting against him, only in taijutsu. Now, Naruto's taijutsu is incredibly much better than Sabana's. Now, Sabana, she has her own clan jutsu. It's basically her, not clan jutsu, her own taijutsu of her clan. It's mostly kind of like using what's called her hands to kind of do fast jabs and kind of hit what's called blood points, like blood pressure points in the body. Now, of course, Naruto's dodging those attacks because he realized that those attacks are mostly trying to hit his pressure points of his blood vessels. This is where, well, Naruto is dodging, and of course, this is where Naruto, he managed to grab both Sabana's arms, and this is where Naruto pushed him away, and this is where Naruto knee her in the stomach. This is where Sabana goes, God damn it! This is where Naruto says, do you still really want to fight me? So yeah, Naruto's extremely good to hand-to-hand combat because he's somewhat of a martial artist. Since Benimaru was also somewhat of like a martial artist, or martial artist, not master artist, martial artist. Now, of course, as well, Naruto starts fighting against her, and of course, it's easier already defeating her. And of course, as well, when she tries to strike Naruto at his like chest, this is where Naruto, he like ducks down extremely fast and then uppercuts her in the jaw, almost about to hit her in the jaw. This is where, well, when she was about to strike at Naruto, Naruto did duck down but also grabbed her arm and was about to hit her in the jawline. This is where Naruto stopped and says, well, isn't this such an interesting situation, don't you think? She is shocked, everyone is shocked, and of course her friends are shocked. This is where Naruto says, give up. This is where she says, fine, grumpily, because she's angry. Of course, she then does the hand sign of peace and all, which Naruto does the same thing. And yeah, of course, where Naruto, he goes back to being alone, but yeah. As it were, well, it's because Naruto still has a personality with Benimaru to kind of be doing things alone, but yeah. That's why he wanted to be a ninja. He wanted to be someone to do it alone. Because, yeah. Of course, as well, Naruto, he is just kind of, what's it called? Well, sitting down and waiting. Wow. He was sitting down in what's it called, recess. He's sitting down next to the same tree that he sat down about 3 years ago. And of course, he's thinking right now. He's breathing in and out, just thinking. And of course, talking to also Kurama, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto is just like thinking, breathing in and out. And of course, this is where, well, he hears someone come in. And this is where Naruto says, "Is that you, Sabana?" Sabana says, "Damn it, how do you keep finding out that it's me?" Naruto says, "You're probably the only one who actually knows of this spot." Well, Sabana sits next to them and says, "Well, that is true." So why are you here just alone? That's what Naruto says, because it's much quieter and I can think of, well, do other things. That's where, well, Sabana says, "How did you get so strong in only 3 years?" Naruto says, "Because I then go to the academy. I get to train, well, non-stop." So Sabana says, "Damn it. Such a stupid question to even ask." Naruto says, "Nah, it's not, because I easily defeated you. Then again, I was easily gonna defeat you anyway in our match. Wasn't much of a tie." That's when Sabana says, "Oh, great. The almighty Dabi can still be so strong," Sabana said. Naruto smiles and says, "Why? You hate the name or what?" Sabana says, "No, I just hate the fact that you keep trying to change your name." "Why? What's wrong with Naruto Uzumaki?" Naruto says, "Nothing. I just want to change to either Dabi or Benimaru. Don't know. For some reason I have the great feeling to change it to that name. But other than that, it doesn't matter." "You can still call me Dabi, wouldn't you?" Someone says, "Screw you. I'm gonna call you Naruto instead." Naruto says, "Fine. You can call me whatever you want." So, of course, Naruto just talking to what's it called, Sabana, and of course, well, this is where Naruto says, "Fine, what do you want, Sabana?" This is Sabana says, "To be my friend, correct?" This is where Naruto says, "That's all? Okay. Easy." This is where, well, Sabana says, "Really?" And Naruto says, "Fine." This is where, well, she says, "Good. And also, can I say one thing, Naruto? Or Dabi, whatever you like to be called." Naruto smiles a little bit. This is where Sabana grabs him from the collar and says, "Why the fuck did you lie about your address?" Naruto sweat drops and says, "What do you mean?" Naruto says, "What do you mean? I didn't lie about my address." This is where she says, "Bullshit, because the address I kinda looked for was, well, not even in the goddamn village. It was being constructed." Naruto says, "Oh." And Naruto, even if I ask the goddamn Hokage, the Hokage says, "Huh? Oh, I don't know. I can't goddamn find it." "Now, Naruto, you're going to my damn clan after school to eat the fucking dessert or food I made you. Isn't it 3 year old? Or 3 years old? No, I'm gonna fucking make it while you fucking sit on the table." That's where Naruto sweat drops and says, "It's bad." This is where she says, "Now, come on, let's go to my friend group." That's where Naruto says, "Fine." So, of course, we go into, well, a time skip of our Naruto meeting the, what's it called? Well, Iwa, one of them who is named Iwa, another one who's named Lanson, another one who is named, well, Code. You want to call him Code. So, yeah. Those three are, well, Iwa is, well, the one who's used Earth Jutsus against Naruto. Lance is someone who tried to attack Naruto with speed but could not really defeat him. And Code was someone who tried to go into Naruto's mind but fucked up and got destroyed by the Naitos. Of course, he also met Kaya and Raven. Kaya is someone who has white hair and blue eyes, while Raven has, black hair and red eyes. Of course, where Sabana wants them to all be kind of friends with Naruto, but yeah. Of course, Lance did try to pick a fight with Naruto, but Naruto kicked his ass in only a matter of like 3 seconds. But yeah. Of course, we go into the time skip of Naruto going with Sabana towards her clan, clan. Of course, Naruto was kind of, sweating, because, Sabana seems really fucking pissed, and even if Naruto tries to get away from her, he couldn't because his hand is being held tight by Sabana. Of course, they get to the clan, and of course, Naruto is let in by Sabana, and of course, when they go in, Sabana is supposed to call, Mother kind of asks who's the boy, and of course, Sabana's mother does kind of make a pervert joke to, why there's a boy here, and of course, Sabana says, no, that's not the reason. As our Naruto doesn't understand much because, he's not a pervert or anything. He really doesn't grow up in being a pervert or anything because, and he really doesn't care. Of course, Sabana just says, don't worry, that's not the reason. He's only here for, cooking taste. This is where her mother then says, oh, is my little girl already found someone for her when she's older? This is where Sabana says, no. This is where Naruto's confused. Of course, sees that Sabana tries to almost let go, but Sabana actually notices that and grabs Naruto's hand tighter, and this is where Naruto says, fuck. This is where, Sabana says, you bastard, don't you try to leave. Naruto says, fine. This is where, Naruto, he is kind of just brought along with Sabana, and of course, this is where, Sabana's mother says, good luck. This is where Naruto says sweat drops and says, God damn it. Of course, they go into the kitchen. Of course, Naruto is sitting at the table, and of course, Sabana is right now cooking. Sabana is kind of making a dish, and of course, Naruto's sweating bullets because he doesn't really know what she's gonna put in the food because for some reason Naruto has this great feeling that's probably poison because she's pissed. Of course, as Sabana's done cooking, and the food it is okay, this is what it kind of looks like that Naruto's kind of eating, and also, Sabana also made a bowl of ramen and also dango and other things for Naruto to taste, kind of taste. Of course, Naruto's sweating bullets, as Sabana says taste now. And of course, she kind of has, someone to Shinigami behind her, and Naruto can see that, and this is where Naruto starts kind of tasting it. And of course, when he tastes what's called the sushi, it's pretty good. Doesn't still kill him yet. Of course, he's eating it kind of slowly. This is where Naruto eats it fully, and it tastes really good. This is where Naruto tastes the ramen. It tastes also really good. This is where Naruto eats some of the dango and all that. This is where, Naruto says it's really good. And this is where Sabana says, okay, then eat this. This is where Naruto sees the rice balls and says, fine. This is where Naruto eats it, and of course he eats it all and says, it's delicious. Pretty good, Sabana. This is where Sabana kind of gets flustered and says, yeah. This is where, three people were kind of watching this, and of course, Sabana's mother was watching this and says, aw, my little daughter's really, cooking for someone. This is where, someone else is saying, that bastard's taking my daughter away. Yes, this is Sabana's father. And of course, this is where someone else is watching this. Sabana's older sister saying, my little sister's really cooking for someone. Interesting. This is where, Sabana also has a grandmother, and the grandmother kind of not been being behind the wall, kind of spying on them. She's kind of right now on the outdoor, and of course she is kind of standing there, looking at them. Well, looking at Naruto and Sabana, but also looking at her, well, family. Her, what's it called, daughter, kind of looking at her kind of granddaughter. But yeah. So, of course, this is where, well, Sabana's grandmother then punches, well, what's it called, her kind of oldest granddaughter. Her, well, not granddaughter, yeah, oldest granddaughter, daughter, and even, what's it called, her kind of son-in-law. And yeah. This is where all of them say, ow, what the hell was that for? Someone's mother said to, well, her kind of mother-in-law. Of course, is where, well, she says, stop spying on them, you fucking creepies. Well, not creepies, you creeps. They're kind of just playing. Now, listen up, you bastards. And listen up, you damn other one, son-in-law. They're clearly just kids, and right now it's just, well, kind of being friends. You realize that Sabana didn't really have friends other than the other clan kids. That kid is not one of the clan kids. He seems to be, well, someone else entirely. This is where, well, Sabana's mother says, wait, what? He's not from the clan? Well, from the other clans? This is where, well, Sabana's grandmother says, yes, of course he's not from the other clan. And don't just say he's from the, what's it called, the Yami clan, because he's not. His eyes are turquoise blue instead of being, well, red. Or an orangey red, or whatever color. This is where, well, Sabana's mother says, huh, interesting. So, what clan will he be from? What's it called? Sabana's father said. Sabana's grandmother says none, because there's no way in hell some kid is that strong. Or, not that strong. He's probably from, well, what's it called, the academy, and Sabana just made a friend there. This is where, well, Sabana's father says, but wouldn't she make better friends in the academy, though? She only has, what's it called, those 5 others. This one I have never seen. If he was in the academy, why didn't she told me anything about it? Sabana's grandmother punched him on the head again, saying maybe because she didn't want to have an overreactive father, kind of annoying her. This is where he kind of saddened. That's where Naruto says, you realize that your parents are kind of watching us. This is where Sabana says, yeah, I know. Something like this would have happened. This is where Naruto says, This is where Naruto eats a little bit more. And this is where Naruto also puts, well, a little bit of, well, not a little bit. He decides to kind of grab what's called Sabana's mouth and put, well, a rice ball in her mouth. This is where, well, Sabana kind of gets flustered and says, what are you doing? This is where Naruto says, eat. Because this is your food also, so you should supposed to eat also, right? This is where Sabana kind of gets flustered and says, sure. And kind of just kind of eats with Naruto. So Naruto is done eating for a while because, yeah, he kind of got full. Sabana also is kind of full. This is where, well, Naruto says, well, I gotta probably get going. I'm kind of tired. This is where Sabana says, really? Or are you just gonna go train? Naruto says, damn. Sabana says, I'm not gonna be fooled by you. I know you're gonna be training because, well, you gotta get stronger, aren't you? Naruto says, yep. What? What is it to you anyway? Sabana says, because I want to fight you. That's where Naruto says, but I already defeated you. Not in taijutsu and element jutsus. Or not, yeah, in ninjutsu. Naruto says, fine, but don't complain to me that I easily defeat you again. This is where, well, Sabana says, you're not gonna defeat me. That easily. This is where Sabana kind of goes through her room really fast. So kind of ran past her family. And this is where her dad says, what did that boy even do? This is where Sabana's grandmother punched him in the head and says, definitely nothing. Because she just looks very happy and kind of is probably just running upstairs. She's not crying, you idiot. This is where Sabana's dad just says, okay, please don't hurt me. This is where, well, Naruto is kind of walking past him. And this is where Naruto says, this is going to be confusing. How do I get outside again? This is where Sabana's grandma says, you go through that door over there. Naruto says, thanks. This is where Naruto walks past, and this is where Naruto just gets outside. This is where Sabana runs back downstairs. She has her sword, Well, she has 2 swords. I should mention how they look like. So this is how what's called Sabana's 2 blades look like. So it would look like 2 blades like this. Or, well, not 2 blades. She only has 1 blade like this. So yeah, that's how her katana would look like. So yeah. So of course, Sabana has that katana, and of course is running outside to fight Naruto. And of course is where Sabana's kind of family says, "Where are you going?" Sabana says to fight Naruto. Where, well, Sabana's mother then says to fight him. Why? Well, because I want to actually see who's stronger, me or him. We only did this one time before my friends kind of annoyed me to kind of, well, protect me a little. But yeah. Here's where Sabana's father says, "No, I forbid you," and this is where Sabana's grandmother kicked him and says, "Shut up. Don't worry, granddaughter. You can do whatever." This is where Sabana smiles and says, "Okay, thanks, Grandma." Of course, runs outside to fight Naruto. Naruto says, "So, you want to fight now?" Here's where Sabana says, "Yeah. Let's see who's the strongest." This is where, well, Naruto rushes at, well, Sabana with blinding speed. And of course, Sabana dodges, well, Naruto's punch. And of course, Sabana uses her blade to kind of cut herself a little bit. And this is where, well, she then manipulated to send what's it called, send bonds of blood. But only as a distraction, because she knows what Naruto's going to do. Naruto, she jumps away. And of course, Sabana was shocked. But then again, she knew of another strategy. She then decides to send more blood needles at what's called Naruto. And Naruto says, "Seriously, this old trick? It won't be able to defeat me." This is where she says, "Blood clone." She makes a blood clone. And of course, the blood clone kind of runs at Naruto with its own katana and another. And of course, Naruto's right now fighting against the blood clone. In just a taijutsu spar. Now, of course, this is where Sabana says, this is going to be easy. Or not easy, this will be kind of hard, but I hope I'd be able to do this. This is where, well, Sabana's parents and even her, well, I mean, her family goes outside and sees the battle between Naruto and Sabana. Now, of course, this is where the grandmother is very interested in Naruto, just only fighting a blood clone. This is where Sabana says, blood art style. Blood, spider lily. This is where she kind of, well, summons out a giant spider. Now the spider, it is kind of looks like a, what's it called? Well, it's a spider, but it also kind of has the color, well, not color, of a, how should I say? So this is what, a red spider lily or whatever it's called. So yeah, she summons out like a spider that's similar to that. Of course, this is where the spider that's manipulated a little bit with Sabana's butt kind of rushes at Naruto. Now, of course, this is where Naruto sees the creature. This is where Naruto then kicks the blood clone away, dodges the creature. This is where Naruto says blue flame. This is where Naruto says combustive blue flames. Sends out a compress of blue flames at the spider, melting it halfway through until the spider tries to hit him again. This is where Naruto jumps away. And then axe kicked the spider in the head, breaking it. So, of course, he broke the spider's head. Kind of breaking the solid blood down. And this is where Sabana says, "Damn it!" This is where Naruto rushes at Sabana. Sabana then uses her blade to block an attack from Naruto. Naruto wasn't dumb enough to actually punch him. So, of course, Naruto dodges from actually punching her. Basically, fake punching her. This is where Naruto appears right behind her. And then just was about to kick her in the back of the head. Until Sabana says, "No, you don't. Blood style, blood wall," because there was still a lot of blood that she was kind of leaking out. And of course, where Naruto, when he was about to kick at her, a blood wall appears, and Naruto says, "Interesting." Naruto jumps away from the blood wall, because yeah, even though he kicked it, he now jumps away from it, because he knows that blood spikes are gonna come out anyway. Because yeah, he guessed it right when blood spikes actually came out, they almost pierced him. This is when Naruto says, "Interesting. You truly became stronger since the last time we fought." Sabana says, "And you are stronger than ever." That's where Naruto says, "Yep, that is true." Naruto, he manipulated, well, flames to appear out of nowhere, just ignite flames. And that's where Naruto says, "Flame style, fire arrows." He shoots multiple fire arrows at Sabana. Sabana widened her eyes and had to dodge, even having to cut some of the flame arrows with her sword. Even, well, making what's it called, another blood wall. This is where, well, multiple arrows hits it. Now, of course, some of the arrows almost manage to get through, but they still kind of extinguish. This is where Naruto now rushes and what's to call Sabana. And this is where Naruto says, enlightening, what's it called? Enlightening first form. What's it called? Fire, what's it called? This is where Naruto says, first form, Fire Moon. This is where he launches a stream of fire. Well, yeah, it's like a kind of line of fire. Sabana was about to get hit by it until Naruto appeared and kind of, well, she ducked and then Naruto hit her right in the, like, stomach. Of course, Sabana just realized that Naruto's speed increases. This is where Naruto then grabs her from the arm and says, give up. This is where Naruto has, well, his hand out in her neck. About to, like, pierce her anyway. Like, right in the neck. That's what Sabana says, fine, I give up. God damn it. I thought I'd be able to defeat you this time. Naruto says, oh please, like if you could ever defeat me. This is where she gets angry and kind of glares at Naruto. Naruto says, because you're still weaker than me. Isn't where, well, Sabana gets angry and starts trying to attack on Naruto. This is where Naruto's thought, well, not tackling him, just tried to attack him with the sword. And this is where Naruto says, come on, give up already. This is where Sabana says, fine, peace. This is where, well, they kind of do the peace reunion and all that. But yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Naruto just says, see, it wasn't that hard. Sabana says, please tell me never to stab you again because you're trying to piss me off. Oh, come on, it'd be fine like that. This is where I should also mention Sabana's height. Sabana is 5'2", while Naruto is 5'4". So yeah, Naruto's a little bit taller than her, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where, well, they are kind of shocked with Naruto's ability of manipulating flames while using hand signs. But yeah. This is where Sabana's grandmother's very surprised, and this is where she kind of chuckles and says, very interesting, you two. See, Sabana, not all the time you have to use blood control. I even taught you to use other elements, like water style. Sabana says, I'm sorry, grandmother. I just wanted to use more of the blood arts. That's where Sabana's grandmother says, it's truly great to use what's called the clan techniques, but it'd be kind of useless to going against someone who actually uses fire. That's where, well, Sabana says, that is true. I should have learned water. Damn it! That's where Naruto says, even if you learn water, water wouldn't be able to defeat me. That's where, well, Sabana says, what do you mean? Naruto says, oh, nothing. He can just remember that one time that he's able to kind of burn through what's it called, water. But yeah, because of the blue flames. But yeah. This is where Sabana kind of glares at him and says, what the hell are you talking about? Naruto says, nothing. He says, it's none of your concern. This is where Naruto kind of just like says nothing. With a funny smile. This is where, well, Sabana says, whatever. Of course, this is where Sabana's grandmother kind of narrow her eyes, but this is where she says, but still, you gotta learn water jutsus, even if you want to become a ninja. The clan techniques would be good to fight against people, but fighting against him, what is her name? Naruto says, Dabi Uzumaki. This is where, Sabana says, no. You are not gonna just say that your name is Dabi. What? But it is true. This is where Sabana says, no, his name is Naruto. That's where Naruto says, no, it's Dabi. Sabana says, you bastard, stop saying that. Naruto says, what are you talking about? But it's my name. Sabana glares at him, and Naruto just says, fine. It is Benimaru Uzumaki. That's where Sabana just had enough of this, and grabs Naruto from the collar and starts shaking him. You idiot, that is not your name. This is where Naruto says, come on, it's fine. This is where Sabana's grandmother kind of sees this as kind of a funny sight a little bit. But yeah. This is where, well, her father says, well, if this boy is that strong, then I guess see if he can fight against me. This is where Naruto says, what? So Sabana's father decides to fight against Naruto. And of course, Sabana's father decides to try to attack Naruto with his own blood style. Well, blood art style a little bit. Because he knows a little bit, but of course he's not fully from the clan. Because, well, he's not really part of it. He kind of just got married a little bit into it. And this is where then he says, water saw. Water, what's it called? water bullets. He shoots multiple water bullets at Naruto, and Naruto sees this, and Naruto says, "Blue flame of destruction." He just combusts both his like arms into blue flames and launches blue flames at the water bullets. This is where the father of Sabana kind of smiles and kind of says, "Those things aren't gonna." It just went through the water and smashes into Sabana's father, kind of burning him. And of course he says, "What the hell? That's impossible." He kind of passes out from the pain. This is where all of them are wide in their eyes, and this is where Naruto kind of just smirking a little bit and saying, "Sorry about that, but blue flames are, a little bit more extremely overpowered and more hotter than just normal flames. I can easily extinguish the water if you don't have a very powerful water element." This is where, Sabana says, "Are you kidding me? Even if I learned water jutsu, you would have probably done that?" Naruto says, "No. I would have tried to lower down so I wouldn't accidentally kill you." She glares at Naruto, and Naruto says, "Besides, why do you keep glaring at me?" This is where she gets angry and grabs Naruto and says, "You idiot. Why the hell do you keep doing things like that?" Naruto says, "I don't know what you're talking about." This is where she gets angry and annoyed, but yeah. Of course, this is where Sabana's grandmother's kind of surprised when Naruto's able to just burn through water. But yeah. Of course, this is where, Naruto says, "It's kind of getting dark," because he looks up in the sky. "It's time for me to go home. Besides, I can see you tomorrow, right?" That's where Sabana says, "Yeah, bastard." This is where, Naruto goes back home. But yeah. Of course, this is where I'm going to leave it off for, part 2 of, What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Benimaru, Shigaraki, and also Dabi. But yeah, this is part 2, and yeah, I'm going to do part 2 of What If Naruto was from the Joker clan. But other than that, goodbye, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and potato. Potato.